Coming up, we'll tell you about a woman from Danville with connections to the Fairdale Tornado and how she saw the whole event unfold on Facebook.
She spent her final year working on her layup and inspiring others to live life to the fullest. Tonight, we look at the impact Lauryn Hill left on others.
Some important advice from this cautious consumer that could save you from being victimized by con artists. Coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. The same storm system that hit the Bluegrass early this morning destroyed homes and killed at least 2 people in Illinois.
Today, crews are combing through the aftermath of last night's tornado that hit Fairdale. It was brutal. One Kentucky woman who grew up near Fairdale watched the storm unfold on social media. Mike Linden talks to her about what was running through her mind while she waited to see how her family was doing. It's our top story at 5:30.
The city of Fairdale, Illinois was hit by a tornado Thursday that devastated the town of 150. 2 people died. Kelly Lassiter lives in Danville, but grew up about 45 miles away from where the tornado touched down.
It's, farmhouse, a lot of land, farmhouse, a lot of land, and then there'll be small towns. And Rochelle is small, Fairdale is incredibly small. It's, what we might call a little spot on the road.
Behind me is a map of Lexington, a city that's about 285 square miles. The city of Fairdale, where the tornado touched down, is a little under 1/4 of a square mile large, meaning that it can fit in Lexington more than 1,200 times.
Thinking they're awfully close, and I'm watching these trucks that seem to keep moving. And
Kelly still has family and friends that live in the area who were posting photos and videos on Facebook through the entire event.
My feed was full of people posting things and posting videos. My first thought was, I hope Uncle Don and my cousins are all okay, because I knew they were in that area.
After no contact for 24 hours, Kelly found out her cousins are safe and sound.
Facebook has really made a difference in my ability to connect with all those people that I may not have seen for, a decade.
In Danville, Mike Linden, WKYT.
And according to the National Weather Service, more than 40 homes and structures in Fairdale were damaged or destroyed by that tornado.
Crews are cleaning up a major rock slide that has shut down a highway leading into Kentucky. Check out this boulder on US 52 West in Lawrence County, just east of Ashland. One eastbound lane is open right now, but all westbound traffic from South Point needing to get to Ironton, Ohio, Ashland, or any other westward destinations will have to take a detour. That detour is through West Virginia to Interstate 64 to Ashland.
We're finally getting a break from the rain and the thunderstorms. Overdue.
Yes, and this weekend is looking good. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at the forecast. Chris?
Yeah, plenty of sunshiny skies starting to take over today, and that's a sign of things to come over the weekend. Though those thermometers, instead of the 80s today, we are into the 60s in most areas with a couple of 50s thrown in there for good measure. One of those upper 50s right on top of Lexington, 58 degrees to the west and northwest, though, where we're seeing more in the way of sunshine. Those temperatures into the mid-60s. What you see here is what you should see over top of us as we go into our Saturday. So we're looking good. 58 in Lexington, again 59 into Mount Sterling. Moorhead, good evening, 61 degrees, your current thermometer. Low and mid-60s showing up across parts of southern and southeastern Kentucky. Best news of the entire day, it's what's showing up on Live First Alert Defender. Nothing. A clean and a calm sweep that will carry us through tonight, through your Saturday, and into your Sunday as well. The cold front is off to our east. That's the front that you heard making all the noise last night and early this morning with those showers and thunderstorms. That's even losing a lot of steam the farther east that it gets. Weather headlines, great weekend just now kicking off as the much needed dry weather blows into town. Don't get too used to it. Storms are set to return by Monday, and I'll track those when I come back in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Of course, people in eastern Kentucky are no stranger to severe weather.
No, they're not. The Magoffin County High School was destroyed in a deadly tornado outbreak back in March of 2012. School officials are making progress in building a new school. The current high school there is housing high school and middle school students. Once the new school is done, it'll become the new high school, and the current high school will become the middle school.
You have to do what's best for the children. You ask the children if they're happy over having a high school, and every one of them will tell you yes. They want a new school.
Officials say the high school will be ready for students in the summer of 2016.
A teenager refused to let brain cancer stop her dream of playing college basketball. Months after playing in her first game, 19-year-old Lauren Hill has died. Rebecca Smith has a look at the impact she leaves behind.
I've always wanted to make a difference, and because you always kind of want to leave an impact on the world.
From the court of a small Cincinnati college, basketball player Lauren Hill made a big impression on the world. Lauren was told she had a rare and terminal form of brain cancer while just a senior in high school.
I never gave up for a second, even when they told me that, I have a terminal diagnosis, and I never for a second thought about sitting down and just not living life anymore.
Despite the odds, Lauren continued her basketball career. As a freshman at Mount St. Joseph, knowing her days were numbered, her coaches petitioned the NCAA to let them play their first game of the season 2 weeks early.
I love the roar of the crowd and the bouncing of the balls and the squeaking of the shoes and people working hard and, fighting, and I just can't wait to be standing on this court in a basketball uniform with the number 22.
In front of more than 10,000 fans, Lauren got her chance to play, even scoring a basket in her first college game.
I was surprised because I'm pumped with energy right now, and I don't know where it came from, but I was just so excited and ready to score. I was ready for that basket.
Off the court, Lauren had big dreams too. She raised more than $1 million for cancer research.
Now that more people know about the story and awareness for DIPG, I'm so happy that people know about it now.
Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
The Cincinnati Reds will hold a moment of silence at tonight's baseball game in honor of Lauren Hill.
The letter seems genuine, and the promise of a fortune makes it even more alluring. But one cautious consumer has some advice on what to do when it lands in your mailbox.
I have the street smart, so that's why I knew.
Jacqueline Marino has received hundreds of lottery sweepstakes letters at her home, but she knows better.
But you always got to look if they want money back, and if so, just throw in the garbage. It's fake, they're just stealing your money.
But Marino admits they can look genuine, and she knows a lot of people can be easily fooled. Here's one example. The note says John J. Smith has won $1.8 million, and that's exactly what scam artists want you to think. They mail hundreds of thousands of solicitations like this one, trying to get someone to bite.
It has their name on it, and it tells them that they're the lucky winner and they've been chosen out of hundreds of people.
All they need to do is send $20 to receive information about the sweepstakes.
In essence, all they're really receiving is a report of sweepstakes, which they can then enter.
Recipients often don't see the fine print written on these solicitations, and that's by design.
It's in very small print, very fine color, maybe like a light blue, so you really can't tell. So they don't realize it really does state that it is for entertainment purposes only.
Senior citizens are often the targets.
They know they're being targeted because they're elderly. It makes them feel mad, upset, sometimes embarrassed.
You can't trust people today. It's a different world than when you grew up.
If you didn't enter a sweepstakes or you didn't, sign up for anything and you're receiving something in the mail, I wouldn't pay any money. I would never send money out.
You just don't give your money, and you don't give your credit card number, you don't give your debit card number, your social security number, nothing.
Well, there you go. Well, some advice from postal inspectors. If you have elderly neighbors or loved ones, ask them if they've received any packages or letters with a solicitation for money. If they did, contact authorities.
Spring storms could not keep crowds away from Keeneland Racecourse today, but it wasn't for the races. Next on WKYT News at 5:30, what these people were lined up for.
I'm Bill Bryant. Republican candidate for Governor Will T. Scott says let the other candidates fight and he'll talk solutions. And Hillary Clinton could be in the presidential race within the next 48 hours. The bottom line is ahead.
I'm Phil Pendleton in Boyd County at 6 o'clock. A remarkable survival story when a man walks away after a tree like this one crushes the van that he was in.